This is the story of a particular security guard and the crazy way it changed his life. So this guy used to work as a security guard at a particular hotel, and you know how it is. The main work of most security guards at our hotels is open the gate, close the gates, and yeah, maybe ask questions, right? So this particular security guard was doing his job as best as he could, although he wanted more for himself. Like sometimes, for example, he'll see some of his mates, his colleagues back then in school. He'll see some of them at the hotel, and honestly, he feels like hiding, but he can't. He doesn't want to lose his job, so he swallows his pride and opened the gate for these people that he knows. But as time went by, he knew he had to do the job as best as he could and save up as much money. So mentally, he has accepted that job as at that time. And you could tell, like, he started having a fantastic relationship with his co-workers and even with the guests at the hotel. And because of how nice he would relate with them and all of that, tips started coming in. A lot of guests would be like, he's a very jolly fellow. Hey, yeah, you know, how you can have this, right? Now, there was this particular lady in her 40s. She was a regular at the hotel. Sometimes she comes alone, sometimes she comes with her friends. You know, and they come chill by the poolside, have a drink or two, things like that. Now, what you should know about this woman is she normally drops generous tip for the security guard. Whatever tip the security guard receives, probably from other guests, this particular woman is giving, like, I don't know, double, triple sometimes. So, well, this particular day, she came to the hotel again, and she came alone. So she just went, you know, parked her car, walked up to the security guard. Hey, what's up? How you doing? And of course, the security guard was like, oh, madam, hi, how you doing, my? His generous tipper. As this security guard was saying all of those things, the madam just said, it's okay. She just went straight to the reason why she walked up to him, which was that she was bored and came to chill at the hotel and she could make use of a company. Now, the security guard was shocked. He didn't know what to say at first because, come on, this is a very big woman. Although, yeah, she's older than him, he's in his late 20s, she is in her 40s. But more importantly, she's wealthy. She get money. So the security guard was dumbfounded. This madam, to me, she needs my company. So he was confused, right? So he just, you know, comported himself and responded that, oh, I would love to, madam, but I might lose my job because he's on duty at the moment. And him leaving his duty post to go and sit with the madam at the pool, come on. But guess what? This madam, she wasn't having it. She was like, how much are they paying you at the hotel? At that point, the security had to beg that, madam, please, if maybe after I close, if you can just wait. Or it would take like an hour before his other colleague takes over from him. But if she would still be around, like within that 1 hour, when he finished, he would come see her, right? And the madam said, okay, fine, she'll still be around. But see, I'm expecting you. So she went, right? And truly, around an hour later, his other colleague came to relieve him of his duty, right? So when this guy finished, he changed from his security outfit to his own normal mufti wears and went over to the pool to see the madam. Now, when this madam saw this guy coming to the pool, she felt even more energized. She could hardly recognize him, like his t-shirts, you know, was really showing his chest and the abs and the six-pack. And well, the guy came over, the madam gave him compliments that, oh, your uniform is even hiding your fineness, all of that stuff. And so he sat down with the woman at the pool, and so the company began, right? Now she had a drink. This guy is off duty already. The hotel doesn't like workers fraternizing with the guests, but not when they are off duty, like he has closed, okay? So this guy was comfortable having the drink with the madam. But all the same, it's been like over an hour. It's getting late. It's getting dark. So this guy, the security guard, told the madam he would like to leave. But this madam was not having it. She told him straight away, don't miss the $1,000 that I have for you, okay? If you spend the night. Now, this guy, with the exchange rates currently, makes around $60 per month. He makes around $60 in an entire month, and this woman is offering him over a year's salary for just one night. So please don't blame this guy. He got interested. He wanted to know more. And the madam explained, like, see, I've already booked a room in a different hotel because I know you might not be comfortable at your own hotel here. So I've booked a room at a different hotel and we are all going there. Now, as the woman was saying this guy is busy exchanging the $1,000 to the local currency in his own head. Like, so he was listening, but he was still half lost in thoughts. So that I've booked the room, we are all going there. It did not sink in. Who are the we? Now check this out. As the guy was busy with the exchange rate in his head, the woman got busy on the phone. She was smiling at our WhatsApp, her chat, and the next thing she said is, they are here. This is the time when he started sinking in that, wait, who are the we? Of course, this guy is getting suspicious at this point, but of course he maintained his cool, just trying to see like what's going on. A few minutes later, two other ladies joined them. them by the poolside. And you can say they are age mates of this particular lady, something around 40s or early 50s, something like that. So after welcoming them, this guy just was looking at the madam like, what's going on? The madam told him to chill, but after like 2 minutes, she spoke. Now here's the part I didn't see coming, because this is inspired by a true life story. The full gist is that this woman, the main woman that invited the security guard, she's always liked the guy, right? That's why she tips him generously. And remember, she doesn't come alone to the pool lounge all the time. A lot of times she comes with these are friends. Apparently, the main woman called dibs on this guy, but she agreed with her friends to have a one-time, foursome with the guy. Let me rephrase. This security guard with the 6 packs, broad chest, she has agreed with her friends that she's his own. She's calling dibs on him. The security guard does not know anything about this until now, right? But her friends kind of like say they like the guy too and all that. So she said we would have a foursome, yes, with the guy, all of us. But only that one time. I go just give her a taste. After that, the guy is mine. These are some wild women. Forget the fact that they're in their 40s. These ladies are living life in the wildest way possible, right? Now, at this point, the guy, he was going to say no, because this was looking weird and strange to him. This guy has never had even threesome before in his life, let alone foursome. So immediately he heard this from the woman. He was having his thought process, but they could all see it on his face that this guy was leaning more towards saying no. So before he could speak, the main madam quickly said, I would increase this to $1,500. It's just one night. This guy lives in a third world country where things are hard, where he earns $60 in an entire month. This offer of $1,500 for just a night was very difficult for him to pass on. So yeah, he agreed. But he could not believe, he could not even conceive the series of events that happened after that. So he agreed, right? He and these 3 wonderful women, they got into their 2 different cars. The main madam and the security guard got into a car. Then the 2 friends got into the same car they came with, and the 2 cars drove off to the hotel. Not the one where the guy worked, another one entirely that the madam has reserved. And they went there, and boy oh boy, it was wild. Okay, this guy, the security guard, was made to do things he never thought he would do in his life. To give you a clue, he had his mouth in certain places that he never thought he would. That guy ate all night, yes, but at the same time it was intriguing for him because he has never had this before. He has never even had a threesome, let alone 3 people. And these ladies were looking good. Their skincare top notch, glowing skin, fresh looking. Although 2 of them had like relatively big tummies, but they were looking fantastic. So again, it was intriguing as well for this guy. Well, the night ended, right? He was paid the money. He didn't even doubt having the money because this is a very big woman normally. So he got paid the money, and then the woman, the main madam, that told her friend that she called dibs on this guy, she bid her friend farewell. Like the 2 friends, they left because that was the deal. It's just one time. And then she sat the guy down before going. Like, I have a discussion with you. You earn around $60 in a month where you are doing security guard, right? He said yes. She asked him, can you drive? He said yes. This woman said she would pay him $200 every month to be her driver. Now, please note, to somebody watching, $200 maybe is not very big, but please understand this guy was earning $60. More than triple his current salary is the new job offer. So of course he took the job. But then this is a woman he just had sex with. He knows that this is not just a driver's work that he's getting now. But then again, he took the job. And that was the beginning of a driver-madam relationship. This woman is married, okay? But her husband is a very big businessman. And this is not some stereotype cliche line. Like, his company is huge. I cannot mention the name. So he's not always around, okay? Well, this madam sacked the old driver. Although she drives herself normally most of the time, but they have a driver in the house. She sacked him, yes, and she got this new driver. Now, this new guy now, he drives, okay, but he also runs errands for the family, like, you know, go get stuff. And yes, he's constantly knocking the madam, okay? The driver is basically the madam's sugar boy. Now, like I said, the husband comes home like once every 3 months, something like that. Although they do like video calls and things like that, but he's hardly home. So there's enough room for these extramarital affairs, you get? Well, this happened for a very long time until this guy got into trouble. Why? One of the madam's main friends, those 2 friends that they all had a foursome, because the friends to visit her at home once in a while, one of them couldn't get her eyes off this guy. Now, after working at this madam's place for like 7 months, one of the madam's friends that could not take her eyes off this guy, she offered to set up a business for him. This is not come and start working for me too and everything. No, she said she was willing to invest up to $5,000 on a new business for him. Now, understand, this guy earns $200 now. The same thing thing that made him leave the security guard post because he was earning $60 is the same thing that is making him consider this offer now. Because $200, he has to work for over 2 years for this current madam before making $5,000. The guy has done the maths. So he said yes to this madam's friend. They spoke in secret. But once he told the friend that, okay, we'll think about it, all of that stuff, and then he gave her a reply another day that he has agreed, he came over to this madam and said, ma, I have to stop working here. The madam said, why? Am I not doing everything I can for you? Are you not happy with me? Blah, blah. He said he has to go. He wants to do a business. He didn't tell the madam it's her friend or anything like that. He just said he wants to go start a business. So the madam said, okay, fine. Can you just make it a year? You've already worked for like 7 months. Wait for like 5 more months. He said no. He was only going to work for 1 more month. Ladies and gentlemen, the madam, the main madam, she didn't even know that her friend was the one behind the guy leaving. But just because the guy said he wanted to leave, she felt what? Like deep inside of her, she was hurt. Like you were working as a security guard there. After I brought you out of that place and I started paying you some money every month to change your life, now you want to leave? This main madam, she set the guy up. She lied on the guy that the guy was asking her out, making advances, and that the guy actually told her that, oh, madam, your husband is not around. I hardly here. Let me be, let me be filling in for him. Let me be. She cooked up all that lie and told her husband, the big man. Ladies and gentlemen, the once a security guy who was a driver, who is doing fantastic well, was picked up, beaten mercilessly, and locked up. It's not like you'll be there for life, but this madam said, if you are leaving me, this is the way you are leaving. You will leave in a way that you will never. Man, eventually he was released, but then the guy is there in the comment section, is asking, because now they've released him, he feels cheated because it wasn't like that. The madam lied. So now he's thinking of finding a way to see the madam's husband and exposing everything. He's stuck between doing that or just accepting faith, sucking it all in and moving on. He doesn't know whether the madam's friend still wants him anymore because he reached out to her, she did not reply his message. Then he called like twice, she didn't pick up or return the call. So now he feels like he has lost everything. He's stuck. Should he go and find this woman's husband and expose everything to him? Or should he suck it all in, take heart and move on? Is there in the comment section saying, please, any advice, any opinion? What can he do?